Oh, back season. Love and support.
And now let's take a second to talk about the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. And Clark, what's going to be the key for the Nets?
Well, Kev, Kurt Thomas is a guy they've got to keep under control. He's a rebounding machine. So it's all about boxing out on D and getting crafty on offense. Don't allow him to do what he does well. Make him do something else.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What will be the key for them?
How they deal with Devin Harris is going to be very important in this one. He has an unquestioned knack for working himself to the free throw line. So they've got to be smart defensively. Don't foul him. Challenge his shots without fouling.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. Thanks, Clark. Now, Mbamute. Right now averaging 5 points a game.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
On defense, the Bucks. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
And here are the Bucks now after Devin Harris's score. To the elbow. Warren. Can't hit. And the Nets now go the other way. Last time they met was in New Jersey.
We saw that's unselfish team basketball right there, Kevin.
So it's Milwaukee now. Here's Shorty. Nails it from 8 feet.
Terrific pick to set up that basket. The little things are the big things, and they can always make a difference.
And here is Harris. Last game with 30 points. Here's Lopez. Thomas is there. Baseline jumper, and that one's good by Lopez.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
On defense, New Jersey. Here's Warwick. Rebounded by Devin Harris. And here are the Nets. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
I really think this was a wake-up call. I mean, we saw them play way too lax.
Now, Mbamute. Warwick inside. He's against Williams. Red. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. While we have a moment, let's now take a look at the top shot blockers in the NBA. And you look at Lopez, second in the NBA, a great defender.
Hops, timing, length, aggressiveness. That's what makes him such a superb shot blocker. He's one of the very best we have in the league because he pursues the shot and he knows exactly when to go after it.
Here's Dooling. Can't get it to go. And the Bucks going the other way right now. To Red. Alexander. To 0. Here's Shorty. It's blocked. And he recovers the ball. Terrific D by Naharan. Williams dumps it off. Here's Dooling. Lays it in off the glass.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
So it's Milwaukee now. 4-point game. Here's Red. Buries the short-range jumper.
Easy look in the paint. Defense got abused there.
And first time out of the game called for New Jersey. Only 5 games left in the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is going to stack up out east. You take a look at the Nets. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, the Bucks, way down below.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys.
And
The vertical game is in full effect. Look out below.
And here are the Bucks now, trailing by 4. Some adjustments for both teams. The Bucks trail. Working on Williams. Shoots from the post. Can't tie it up. The Nets with the lead. And here is Harris. Alston. Can't get it to fall from downtown.
The D dared him to put it up, and he couldn't make him pay.
Shorty, guarded by Harris. Gets in close, gets the bucket, and the foul. And he gives them the lead. And here is Williams, averaging 10 points per contest. Let's loose for 3. Williams can't get it to go. The Bucks with the slight lead.
They've been very active with their hands going for steals. They've really been disruptive on defense. If I had to point out an area for improvement, it would...
Welcome to the start of the second quarter, and so far it's been a great game, closely contested by both teams. And here are the Bucks now. And looking forward to this Saturday, it'll be Joe Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks. They'll be in Washington, D.C. to take on the Wizards. The game gets going at 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. New Jersey on D. Almost a 3-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
He gets them both. Alston with the ball. His last outing, 16 points for him. To Harris, tipped. Alston. Into Brook Lopez. Here's Harris, right over the D. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. You take a look at Harris, among the league leaders, 4th in scoring.
With his unbelievable scoring ability, he is such a security blanket, not only for his teammates, but for his coaches. I mean, this is a guy that you can count on to produce night in and night out at a high level, because there's just not anything he can't do at the offensive end of the floor. That really makes the coach's job a lot easier. Just give him the ball and let him do his thing.
He knocks down the first one.
Ew, gross.
He gets them both.
I really like the way their offense looks here in the second.
Oh, no.
They're getting to the line more here than they did in the first quarter.
And here is Harris. Alston with the ball. Shoots a 3. The shot misses. And it's Milwaukee the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And here are the Bucks now. 3-point lead.
He detected the early opening there and took advantage. That's a smart decision.
For the...
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Shorty to the right wing. To Bogut. He's against Williams. Count the baseline J.
Kevin, a guy that I thought really started to make some significant progress last season was Andrew Bogut, and then he was derailed by injury. But this guy is rebounding his position well before getting hurt, starting to score a little more consistently. And, you know, when he went down, Milwaukee really missed his presence. I mean, when you have a big guy that consistently gives you double-doubles and is somebody the other team has to game plan for a bit, You really miss that kind of attribute.
And let's check out tomorrow night. Los Angeles Lakers hit the road. They will take on the Nuggets in the Mile High City at the Pepsi Center. All set to get underway at 8:30 Eastern Time.
Could be fun to watch.
Kept alive. Left block. Here's Williams. Finally, they get the bucket. Nice bucket by the third-year man out of Boston College. Here's Bogut. Lopez is there. Nice shot by Bogut.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Timeout called, the Nets. And around the league, here are some games in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks pick up a road win. The Chicago Bulls going down. The Raptors lost on the road. Cleveland with the win. Out in Charlotte, the Bobcats pick up the win. A loss for the Atlanta Hawks. And that's it for now. Way to stay with it by Naharam. Milwaukee in the lead. Ward. Rushes it with the one-handed jam.
No flash, no frills. I call that a pound cake dunk. Simple and plain and a good thing.
Here's Harris. Doesn't tie it up.
Both teams really matching up well on the board. We've got ourselves a pretty good game here, Kevin.
Down low. Here's Petrus. Connects from in close. They're in front 25-20. And here is Harris. And I agree, not only matching up off the glass, but in scoring as well.
Yeah, and sometimes it really comes down to maybe 3 or 4 possessions, a couple of consecutive second chance opportunities, maybe a couple of stops. That ends up maybe perhaps making the difference, Kevin.
6 seconds to shoot. To Williams. Harris. A missed 3.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
Petrus with it. It's a 5-point game. Here's Thomas. Flips it in off the sweep hit.
This has been a clinic. I mean, here in the second quarter, it's been absolutely fun to watch. They're a step faster, they're playing smarter, they're playing as a team, and they're very sharp in everything they're doing.
And here is Harris. Dumps it off. The Nets turn it over. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. You look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense. So guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
And here is Thomas. 6-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Puts up the baby hook.
That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
It's tipped. Here's Williams. Hammers it in off the perfect lead pass. 6 points for him.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to. The Bucks have been on the scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. And that concludes the first half. The score, 29-22. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. Hi, fans, and welcome. They're ready to start the second half of this game, so let's get on with the action. So it's Milwaukee now. Thomas. Now Mahamute. Throws it up. And home by Shorty. And here is Williams.
Back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
Red's shot is right there. And here is Williams. You're right, Clark. When you're down, you can't just give away opportunities.
Well, the margin of error is much smaller when you're trailing and trying to come back, so everything is much more important. But turnovers always are self-destructive. Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Shorty lays it right in.
Well, that's an excellent job at getting to the bucket. They're rolling to start this half. Everything is clicking.
Timeout called, the Nets. And be sure to tune in next Sunday. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers as the Portland Trail Blazers roll into town. And here is Harris. 8 points for him. Here's Simmons. Watches the open J.
Well, he can't believe that one didn't fall. Those are usually automatic.
Down low. Here's Red. Drains it from the wing. Nice shot by the 10th-year veteran out of Ohio State. Harris, with an assist this trip up, would have 10 for the game. Count it, and the foul. That's on Kurt Thomas. He completes the three-point play. How about the way Devin Harris has blossomed with New Jersey?
You know, I saw it in college when he was at Wisconsin. You could see him gradually making progress each year. Left after his junior year, got tremendous coaching from Bo Ryan. And once he got to the NBA, it was just a matter of time before he took off. Excellent speed and really puts pressure on defenses by attacking the rim.
Shorty, count the basket and the foul. That's on Brook Lopez. Good for the three-point play. Here's Lopez. 10 points for him. 56 seconds left in the third. They need to get going. On the shot clock. Hayes, started by Red, pulls the trigger. Here's Austin, connects from downtown. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. So it's Milwaukee now. 7-point differential. He's against Williams. Kisses it off the glass and in. 20 points for him.
That's too easy. D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Here's Williams. Off the mark from 3.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Red lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
He's really done a nice job taking advantage of his opportunities in this half.
Alston with the ball. He's got 5. Timeout called, the Nets.
Good job. Oh, 80-20 taking.
And let's hear what Lawrence Frank had to say to our sideline reporter, Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Hey guys, he wants his team to keep that.
To the paint. Here's Bogut on the paint. Nails it from close range.
A lot of struggles recently on offense, so they've got to be pleased to see that one fall.
Here's Dooling, and he can't stop the run.
The D served it up on the platter, and he still wasn't able to convert. He's got to be disappointed.
Milwaukee in total control. It's an 18-point game. Nice shot by Bogut.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
And here is Harris. He's got 17. Dooling from close range. Count, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
They're trying to work it inside here, and they've had a little bit of success as they try to cut into that deficit. And getting it inside is one way to try to chip away at it.
Nets. They trail by 18. To Dooley. Alston from downtown. The shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Elson backs in. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Elson. Laid in softly off the glass.
Put a fork in him, Kevin. This one's over.
The Nets take a full timeout. They're down by 20. 1:01 left in the fourth. The Bucks going with the new group. And here is Harris. He's got 17. The Bucks cruise to a win as they blow out the Nets, 79-54. For his steady play, Shorty is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Yeah, Kevin, he was really stroking. He shot the lights out, and there was just no one out on the floor who could stop it.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
Check it out. Your play had me on the edge of my seat all game long. I'd like to start off by saying that I thought your shot selection was fantastic. There is no better way to put your team into a position to win than by taking smart shots. Next topic. You were in the face of your man on every shot he took. I love that. Bill Russell said it best when he said, "The idea is not to block every shot. The idea is to make your opponent believe that you might block every shot." Your teammates are loving you after that game.
Let's check out the Sprite
Great work.
ice-cold keys to the game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
They've definitely got a game plan for Andre Iguodala. He is a dynamic scorer, a dynamite scorer, capable of putting up big numbers on any given night. He's got major game.
Clark, what do you think about Philadelphia? What do they need to do to secure a win?
Elton Brand, a stat sheet stuffer of a power forward. Rebounds, blocks, and a multifaceted offensive skill set. He can hurt you in the block or splash the mid-range J.
Shorty hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Fisher. Right now averaging 7 points a game. And here are the Bucks now. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
From the floor, they were extremely effective. They got good shots, high-quality shots at the right time. They moved the ball, they moved themselves, and their offense looked like a well-oiled machine.
On defense, the 76ers. Here's Shorty over Iguodala. Still can't get it to fall. Bucks on D. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Iguodala with it, hoping to put that miserable performance against Miami behind him tonight. Kept alive. Iguodala guarded by Red. Pinballs around and in.
snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
So it's Milwaukee. 4-point game. Stripped it away. Here's Brand. Flushes it with the one-handed jam. There are guys that control inside play, on the block play. Elton Brand has always had that great feel. Even when he's not looking at the basket, he feels the defenders. He knows where to go every time he gets the ball.
He's very effective, Kevin, at using his body. You make an excellent point. He's not as tall as most power forwards, but he makes up for it with his size down low and his length. He's a long-armed guy who has a nice shooting touch as well.
He thinks the game through, doesn't he? You can always see he's one step ahead of the plays.
Yeah, he's got a nice frame-ahead mentality, if you will.
Fisher. Off the mark from 3. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Here's Shorty. Rips it down with one hand.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
And here is Green, averaging 10 points per contest. Jacks up a 3. No good.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Here's Thomas, hangs in the air. Graceful finish.
Gorgeous layup there. Graceful move to the basket.
To Fisher. Fisher from deep. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Taking a look at Milwaukee, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
Shorty drops it in on the layup.
What a run. They're making shots and playing lockdown deep.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
It wasn't a game they can be proud of at all, Kev. I mean, they know they should have fought much harder. They should have competed better.
Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. We take a look at the 76ers. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Bucks, right on their heels. And here is Green. It's a 2-point differential. Here's Fisher. Can't put an end to the run.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
To Alexander. Here's Thomas. Gets in close. That's good.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Swing pass. Fisher. The 3 won't fall.
The thrill is gone, and so is his offense. He's not making anything.
Here's Red. Off target for 3. 76ers trailing. Here's Green. Drains it from downtown.
As the defenders were getting back on defense trying to protect the basket, he got a good look from downtown and said, why not? Nice 3-ball.
On defense, the 76ers, they trail by 1. 6-second difference between the shot and the game clock. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line.
Not a bad foul there, Kevin. You don't want him to get the easy layup.
He can't get the first. 76ers changing it up. He's off on the second. The 76ers with a chance to retake the lead. Iguodala sticks it from 17 feet. He's got 6.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
The Bucks with the narrow lead.
Well, Kevin, they've really made a point of getting into the lane and scoring the ball inside. If I had to point out an area for improvement,
Welcome to the start of the second quarter, and so far it's been a great game, closely contested by both teams. So it's Milwaukee. Time to tune in tomorrow, 7 o'clock. And here is Green. To Iguodala for 3. Can't hit, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now, Mbamute, right now averaging 5 points a game. Here's Shorty, rebounded by Graham.
well, he was wide open for a reason. D was just begging for him to attempt that shot.
From short range, Iguodala with the bucket. So it's Milwaukee. For the
That should be absolutely illegal. They've been trading buckets and trading leads. What outstanding competitors out there.
Green. Iguodala backs him down. It's blocked, but he recovers it. Here's Green. Drains the open jumper. He has 5. And here are the Bucks. They trail by 1. Shorty in close, gets the bucket and the foul. That one is on Brand.
Left him.
Some changes for the 76ers. No good, and they don't get the three-point play. And the 76ers with possession. Smith with it. Fisher up top. Here's Iguodala. He's off from 3.
The D gave him all the space he needed for that 3, but it just didn't happen.
Here's Red, connects from in close. Nice bucket by the 10th-year veteran out of Ohio State. And it's the 76ers with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Tipped, stolen by Red.
Great jump on the dump inside.
Dunks it down with one hand. 10 points for him.
It's a great look ahead up court to set up the easy fast break finish.
To Smith, puts up the baby hook, hits the J after faking out the D with the quick up fake. Milwaukee in the lead. And be sure to tune in next Wednesday. The Cleveland Cavaliers are playing away from Cleveland. They head to Atlanta to play the Hawks at Phillips Arena. That one is set for 8 o'clock Eastern.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that one.
So true. And it's the 76ers with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. Timeout called the 76ers. Around the league, here we go. A recap from yesterday. The Lakers pick up a road win. The Nuggets unable to defend at home. For the Cavaliers, a loss on the road. A win there for Chicago. The Clippers grab one on the road as the Sacramento Kings lose. And back to the game we go. A steal by Elson.
The lob was a little misjudged and he couldn't get control of it. A tough sequence there.
Petrus with it. It's a 5-point game. To the high post. 6 seconds to shoot. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. They'll be playing the Magic. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. He knocks down the first one. Truly one of the most explosive big men in the NBA, Hakeem Ward.
You know, he's slight of frame, but he makes up for that with his athleticism. He's long and has tremendous bounce. It serves him well on offense and defense.
He gets them both. Now the 76ers with it. They trail by 7. To Young. Gets in close. Tipped. And we're going the other way. Nice play by Elson. The Bucks with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Takes it up, lays it right in. 12 points for him.
They're on an absolute tear here. You can't get hotter than this.
Timeout called the 76ers. And be sure to tune in next Wednesday. It'll be Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers as they host the Los Angeles Lakers. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
We'll see how it plays out.
On defense, the Bucks. Young kisses it off the glass and in.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Warren. Here's Shorty. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. He's got 14.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Here's Fisher. Drains it for 3.
I think they might want to take a few more chances with the three-point shot here. You know, they haven't attempted as many so far, but the defense is packed in, so the three-point shot is available. The Bucks have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 28-22. Well, it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Bucks have built their lead on a solid offensive effort.
Yeah, if they continue to score like...
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. So it's Milwaukee now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Warren inside. The shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. To Brand. Here's Fisher. Watches the open J.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Here's Shorty, deflected. Dallenberg with the denial, and it's still a 6-point ball game. Shorty is tagged with the reach. That's his second foul of the game. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They'll be facing the Atlanta Hawks, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Fisher. And it's the 76ers with the ball. 6-point game. On the shot clock. Grant on the corner. Can't get it to go. And it's Milwaukee the other way. Young backs in. Grant from close range finishes with the soft touch. 6 points for him.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Here's Bogut. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack. They take a 6-point lead.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
The 76ers trailing. From inside, Mbah corrals the miss inside. The Bucks with a 2-for-1 opportunity. Let's see how they play the clock. Now, Mbamute, defended by Young. Mbamute can't get it to go.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Brand with it. He has 6. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Dallenberg off target with the jump hook.
They're showing a slight advantage on the boards in this one to this point, Kevin.
Jennings off target. Both teams continue to fill it up as we conclude the third. The score, 39-33. Short. Here's Fisher. He's got 5. To Iguodala. No good. And that slight advantage on the glass has helped them with the lead here.
Yeah, I expect that the team that grabs more rebounds is always one of the barometers in winning. Who controls the rebounding story? And if you out-rebound your opponent, typically you're going to have a chance to win.
Here's Fisher. Here's Fisher on the paint. Shorty hauls it in off the glass. Milwaukee in the lead. Thomas drops it in from 12 feet.
That's exactly what coaches love to see on offense. High percentage shots.
Here's Brand. Rips it down with one hand.
No flash, no frills. I call that a pound cake dunk. Simple and plain and a good finish.
Shorty hits the quick shot. Nice shot by the rookie out of American International.
Not a single turnover in the first half for him, Kevin, but that ball control he had, it seems to have slipped away since halftime.
And the 76ers call time here.
Come on, Philly!
And right now let's check in with Cheryl, who got a chance to talk with Eddie Jordan.
Hey guys, he wants them to get out in transition. They haven't been getting many fast break points, and he's trying to amp them up and get them running. Back to you, Kev.
Thank you, Cheryl. Shots good from Young. As you said a moment ago, turnover story potentially developing here. He needs to get that control back.
Yep, he's got to reel himself in, and if he does, then things will go fine for him and his team. But it's a challenge when you start having some trouble handling the ball to get it back.
76ers on D. And here is Red. Right now averaging 15 points a game to 0. The Bucks with the turnover.
Feels like somebody needs a jolt of coffee because he wasn't paying attention there.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Trailing here by 8. Right wing. Iguodala down low. And inside. Bogut on him.
Well, Kev, they're making a strong statement under the boards. I mean, out-rebounding by a pretty good margin here.
To Warwick. Perimeter. Dallenberg's there. The turnaround Jay swished through by Warwick. They now have a double-digit lead. You know, Clark, you're right. They're really strong inside.
And it's showing up today, Kevin. I mean, really showing up. There's no doubt about it.
Now the 76ers with it. It's a 10-point game.
They're going to have a little more patience on offense, Kevin. They're rushing.
To Red. Lets loose for 3. Kept alive. Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
That's his bread and butter. That's his meal ticket. That's who he is. That's what he does. Crash the board, snatch it down, and then jam it back in. That's outstanding tenacity on the backboard. The defense was slow to set up there, and as a result, got burned.
Here's Warwick. Buries the short-range jumper.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
Here's Fisher. He's got 8. Here's Iguodala. Can't connect from the wing.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Goose egg. Really struggling to find any kind of open looks.
And here are the Bucks now. They lead by 11. The steal.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
Iguodala from short range gets the lay-in.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
They've got to push it. Bogut. Oh! Rips it down with one hand.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
Coach Jordan signals for a timeout. They're losing by 11. 1:01 left to the fourth. Iguodala with it. He's got 12. Brand up top. The dump off to Iguodala. Here's Fisher. No good. And it's Milwaukee the other way.
Well, they've got the lead, and they're controlling the glass. Right now, they have a +10 rebound advantage.
Stolen away by Fisher. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They trail by 11. Rips down the breakaway slam. And they make it a single-digit game. And you know, it seems like the team that controls the board usually comes away with the win.
That's always the case, Kevin. It's a lot to overcome and can become frustrating when you're missing shots and not giving yourself any second chance opportunities.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. 9-point game. The 76ers with time running out on it. And this one does not look good.
Less than a minute remaining now. Looks like this one's all but done, Kev.
Shorty, he's covered by Fisher. The Bucks walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the 76ers 55-44. For his steady play, Shorty is our Jordan. Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
That was a terrible game. For the guy that was guarding you, I'd like to start off by saying that I thought your shot selection was fantastic. I've always stressed the importance of good shot selection. It's nice to see that you don't give away possessions with bad shots. Next topic. You were in the face of your man on every shot he took. I love that. Nothing will earn you more respect than smothering defense like that. That's probably enough tooting your horn for now. Keep up this level of play.
I mean,